What's causing all this? Woo!
Good Scooter on the phone, you bird brain.
What do you do, backflips? You jump up there in a silly suit? What do you do?
You go BAM! I want you to play that.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thursday night, it is time to rock. Fast Freddie here at the Youngstown studios, the beautiful Youngstown studios in beautiful downtown Youngstown. Remember Dan Martin from Martin's Appliance? That used to be his thing. Oh, excuse me.
I don't remember that one.
Okay,
No.
yeah, years ago, he had an appliance store in downtown Struthers, and they always say on this commercial, in beautiful downtown Struthers.
See, now I got the reference.
You know?
Got it.
But so it's good to be here. Haven't seen you in a week or so. I've just been busy on and off with a lot of things, and I was hoping to have a guest today. We'll have a guest next week as we get ready. So we'll just sit here and shoot the breeze a little bit. Fast Freddie with my producer Joe Danier, and yeah, we're ready to rock. I just I'm first of all, I'm done with this weather. I can tell you that.
60 degrees to 20, that's what undoes it, right?
Oh,
there.
I know.
Little sample of good.
Yes. It kind of lulls you in a little bit. And this week I saw people on their motorcycles and, hey, dude, you got your bike out. You're ready to go. Let's go. And then the next day, we're back to, it just, but the good thing is it's staying lighter longer. Right. That's good. Yes. But right now, between the potholes and the dirty snow, I can't wait for this to get all done. I just can't wait for this to get all done and put it behind us and start having some fun. But I got to get down to Florida or something, man. I'm just not feeling it. I'm dragging a little bit.
I might have to do a business trip on Sunday to Monday down to Miami, and that's going to be just a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Going to hate it every minute.
If you need somebody to carry your backpack or whatever.
All right,
I'm here. I'm here. But the potholes this year are terrible. I did a thing the other day, what road has the worst potholes? And the basic answer was, no matter where they were, every road in Pennsylvania, every road in Ohio. Well, we had that thaw and then snow and thaw and snow. And so
I think Western Reserve Road is the worst road in Ohio.
I would say too.
Yeah.
I would say Western Reserve's got to be the worst. Lake Park too. In Boardman, if you travel on Lake Park. Although today they were there patching the holes, and I posted that online. I posted that online, and nobody said. I think I was the only person that felt good about it. I don't know if everybody's in a bad mood. I think this whole thing with Russia has got a lot of people. Yeah. Myself, it's really, bumming me out. I'm Ukrainian. I have friends that have family members there, and so it's. But you know what? Even if I wasn't Ukrainian, it would still be hitting me hard because this is such a terrible thing that Putin is doing, and he's just doing it so blatantly and just making the world a miserable place to live. But we're not going into that. I mean, that's what this is. No, this is the alternative to all that, give you a break from all that. But
for sure,
I got to tell you that stuff has really been weighing heavy on me, and it's really been bumming me out for sure. But a few things I wanted to talk about. I've been spending my time. I got a new addiction now.
Okay, what is it?
Reels and TikTok videos.
No, you've gone down the rabbit hole.
This is the worst, most addicting thing that you could possibly get into. I don't watch TV at all. I never turn on the TV. I just sit here on my phone, and especially if you go to Facebook and you get on Reels, and it is just one stupid video clip after another.
Can I make you a warning here real quick?
Yes.
So the algorithm pays attention to the ones you pause on and spend the most time, and it delivers you those kinds. So if you get a busty blonde on there and you're like, ooh, you're going to get more busty blondes on that.
Right. That's the good thing about it. That's the good thing about it. You get on there and you get these little Family Guy clips or something, and you get a lot of them.
Heck yeah.
Although there was this one that gave me an earworm, and I'm just now getting over it. It's King of the Hill, Hank Hill, and it's him saying, how should I know? I don't know what a JPEG is. I'm just looking for a picture of a god dang hot dog. And then they have you could make this video of yourself. I guess you take a picture of your dog and then the dog just keeps on coming at you. It like flips like a deck of cards and the dog keeps coming and they put a disco beat to it. So he's like, he goes, how do I know what a JPEG is? I'm just looking for a god dang hot dog. And the dog is just like flipping towards you onto the screen. Like, it's like one dog after another.
TikTok is sucking the IQ points out of your head. I'm watching it happen in real time.
It's amazing. No, it really is. And I kind of feel bad because I posted one of those with the JPEG. I don't know how do I know what a JPEG is? And nobody really knew what I was talking about. But these people have millions of viewers.
Yep.
There's this other one, this Chinese lady or some kind of Oriental woman, and it's her and her father, and he's like this strict old school guy, and she has this boyfriend, and she just butchers the English language, and she's got a bad temper. And she does this thing where she kicks off her shoes and catches the shoe in the air and then throws it at her boyfriend or whatever. And then she just mispronounces these words and the way that she says these words. And it just keeps coming up. And I just keep sitting there going, here they come again. Here they come again. Where did all these come from? And it's amazing on some of these people that are becoming celebrities because of this.
Millions and millions of views over the silliest, strangest things.
Another one you see on there a lot, though, is the ones that really piss you off are like the street fights and bad behavior. I mean, it actually irritates you. You sit there and you watch this and you go, these people are assholes. There are so many assholes in the world that just think that they could start a fight anywhere with anybody over. Well, look at Russia, anybody over anything at any time. And you just see this bad behavior and you're just like,
the ones I like though, are when they step up to somebody who like knows Kung Fu and they drop them. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. So if you have not been, if you've not acquired this addiction, I don't recommend it to anybody.
No, but do it, but don't do it.
But it's amazing on how that works because, you just start flipping through these things and they're just like the right speed, because then the next one though, it might be a short clip of the Beatles at a concert in 1964. And then you go on to something else and it might be, a short clip of like Alice Cooper. And then it's somebody telling a joke. Jim Gaffigan, he always comes up on mine. But I think Jim Gaffigan's hilarious.
For sure.
And I think, though, it is perfect for the 2022 attention span. And it's and it just keeps you going because there's always something new coming up.
Well, in the 90s, they had sitcoms and our attention span was about 30 minutes. So they didn't make anything bigger than that. Just think what TikTok's going to do to our attention span.
Oh,
it's going to be like 10
it's
seconds.
ridiculous.
Yep.
But like I say, I guess some of the people that follow me on Facebook and everything and my Facebook friends, that I don't think a lot of people really discovered this. And sometimes when I'm talking about it, they look at me like I'm crazy. They're going, what? I said, the Oriental lady that kicks the shoe off. And they're like, huh? The JPEG with King of the Hill. Yeah, I just want a picture of a god dang hot dog. I just want to, and that one might come up 6 times as you're flipping in 10 minutes. And then you're like, and it's like hypnotizing. And it just keeps coming. It just goes, and it's got this disco beat, and it's just the JPEG of the dog. But it would be like if you were just doing a deck of cards.
Right.
So one keeps coming, and it's like it's almost spinning, and the dog just keeps coming to this disco beat. And they have an app where you could make your own. You could make your own for that.
Did you make your own?
No, I don't have a dog.
No.
So,
all right.
But it's insane. But the things that are on there, and car crashes, truck crashes,
fails, like all those fail videos are
oh
awesome.
yeah. And what's that? They got a song that goes along with that too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, okay, now there's somebody that knows.
Yep.
But that's your business. You aren't addicted to that or anything.
I was sampling for science.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, they have that one on there. And Or they'll have somebody like, you know what's crazy though? I'll see like they'll have the dancers are good though. They got a lot of good dancers, a lot of good looking women that get out there and really bust a move in 15 seconds.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
And I like those, you know. And but see, it's just like it's just this world of entertainment that just keeps coming, you know. Here's a fist fight in the hood, and then it's this pretty woman doing a crazy dance, and then it's Jim Gaffigan telling a joke.
Your emotions just go
and
like
then,
that.
And then it's Hank Hill comes back on, you know, with the dang old hot dog, and then on it goes, you know. 24/7. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going and going. And if you go to your Facebook page, some of them have like 3 or 4 banks of videos where you jump in and you just keep going.
Yeah. And it's so easy to make these. So if anybody's wants to do this, rather than just being a consumer of this, try putting some of these together on your own. Maybe you'll turn into the next millionaire TikTok star.
Well, that's what Sandra Miller and myself have been doing that.
Okay.
But we haven't got the traction yet.
Gotcha.
You know, we've tried 2 or 3 little projects, but on Valentine's Day, as a matter of fact, we did a whole series of like short 15-second videos like that. But I'm not seeing how you get it to go viral, and so maybe this is where you can help me.
Sure.
You know,
now, how are you picking your music selections?
We didn't have any music on these yet.
Gotta get some music. Now the music's a little awful. Like there's some really terrible beats in there, but find a couple that you like, because the music, it requires the music, and it can even be really low, but it has to have something.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to show you the. You want to look one up? You want to play one?
For sure.
If you go to
some comments while I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Hey, Hogs checking in. Yeah, we got to get Hogs back on here.
Yeah, for sure. Am I going to TikTok? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the nice comments, Ro. We appreciate that. But my buddy Keith.
Surprise, motherfucker! The king is back.
Blue House tomorrow night, and we're doing a Facebook Live there. Okay, yeah, I'll jump on with you. What time?
What's the account name, by the way, for the station?
Y103. Yeah. Then we did these. Let's see. Well, you look up Y103, you see some.
Jeez, you'd think that.
Yeah. Or Y-103. Try Y-103. Some of these things. And they're all in some kind of foreign language. You can see why people get hacked. And we're not on TikTok. They're just on our Facebook page.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah. Just go to our Facebook page. We haven't. We're just in the early stages of this.
All right.
So if you guys are interested in doing this, we'll see what happens. Hey, Lizzie's checking in. Hi, Lizzie, our Fireball Queen. And see, Patricia up in Michigan is checking in and wants me to, get a maize and gold jersey or whatever. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yeah, where are we at there? Okay. Oh, right there at the top. Yeah, there we go. Now, if you scroll down here, you'll see some of these. That's me making a margarita the other day.
Okay.
That's just a straight up thing. Oh, big concert announcement. I don't know. We'll get into the concerts a little later on, but the big concert announcement for today was Metallica at PNC Park in Pittsburgh in August. They're only doing 2 stadium shows this year, and one of them's in Buffalo and one of them's in Pittsburgh. And I know people are psyched for that one. So tickets for that go on sale next Friday, and we will have your chance to win them next week on Y103. So
look at that, the pitch. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Now that's
how far back am I going?
Keep going. Probably down to Valentine's Day. Hey, there was Ben Stiller on there talking about, did you see him? He was on the Tonight Show the other day talking about he sparred with Boom Boom.
Yep, that's cool.
At Bob Dylan's gym. Now, I have an audio clip somewhere of, Boom Boom talking about actually sparring with Bob Dylan. Now, that's something, because especially people that really know Bob Dylan and his mystique and his personality. I mean, that's like so far out there, it's almost unbelievable.
Yep.
It's crazy that I know somebody that did that. There's 22222222. And here we are shaking a margarita.
Nice. You guys are celebrating.
Oh, there we go. That's, you know what? Maybe we should just give you a tour of the Y103 Facebook page.
All right.
Okay. This picture here is of Ty Longley. And Ty Longley was a guitar player for Great White. And he's from Sharon. Well, he was from Sharon, and he was killed in that fire that happened, 21 years ago?
Wow.
And it's hard to believe. And I'll tell you, I knew I still know his dad. I met his dad, Pat, out at Sharon Speedway. and we would hang out there. He was one of the track officials and would be up in the press box and stuff. And he always had some great stories about Ty. And I know a lot of people from Sharon took guitar lessons with him, played and went to school with him and everything. And boy, that was a real tragedy. It really hit me in a tough way. So that's Ty Longley, and he was a guitar player from Great White, and we lost him in that fire. Okay, the next thing we have here is a ticket stub from the Tomorrow Club in downtown Youngstown. Yep. February 20th, 1977, Journey. Ooh. Tickets, $3. And I was at that show, and I remember I was right up in front of the stage, and Journey's playing, and Neil Sean is playing his guitar like 2 inches from the tip of my nose. I mean, he's just there, and he's got his guitar in my face, sweat's pouring off of him, and they were so good. And, they did that, ooh, anytime that you want me, and they went into that song, and it sounded better than the record.
Ooh, that's awesome.
And then Pat Palumbo from Left End, he was down at that show.
Gotta hit you twice on that.
Yep. So Pat was down there from Left End, and he had a chance to hang out with those guys backstage. And he said that Steve Perry has perfect pitch. And when those guys were practicing, he knew like this guy was a little sharp or this guy was a little flat, but he had his hearing was so good that he had perfect pitch. And that's how they were able to do all that stuff. Wow. And so there it was in 1977, February 1977, right here in downtown Youngstown. Journey rocked the house. And then it was like, within a year or so, they were the biggest thing going. They went from that, and then I remember seeing them on Midnight Special, which was a big thing back then. That's where you really only place you had to see bands on video, really on TV. 11 o'clock on Sunday night, and so then they were on that, and then they come out with another album, and then by 1978. They were like one of the headliners at the World Series of Rock in Cleveland, at Cleveland Stadium. And it was like, man, it seemed like 2 days ago, these guys were right there in downtown, and you're standing there in front of the stage. And what was kind of crazy is to that exact day, or 2 days later to that anniversary, they were playing in Pittsburgh with Toto, and they, headline, of course, Steve Perry's long gone, and the band's gone through some changes, but what a journey. And it started right here, so to speak, no pun intended. So then that's
springboard, like you say, that they play in Youngstown and then they blow up.
Yeah. And it was like that with every band down there. It was, Kiss. Nobody knew who they were. And then 6 months later, a year later, they were the biggest band. Rush played there 5 times when they started out. AC/DC and, Tom Petty, Meatloaf. And all these guys were traveling around the country in a van and, just trying to make a name for themselves. And it just seemed like once they got past that. As a matter of fact, there's a documentary out there. I think it's on some kind of pay service, but Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters did a documentary about bands when they were up and coming, living in their vans, and all these guys in bands. That's got to be a good one to start asking people. I got to remember that when I interview some of these people, is to ask them about their van days. Yeah. And all these guys said they would never trade it for anything. They're like, this was the best time of our lives. We were a real band. We're all traveling there. We're fighting with each other and stuff. And we're living in this van and just driving across the country, searching for fame and fortune. And not too long ago, Aerosmith, somebody on American Pickers found their first original van. And it was like one of those.
No kidding.
It was a Metro step van like the phone company had back in the day. And somebody had it in this junkyard, and they found it, and then they brought the guys back, the guys from the band to see the van and everything, and they restored it, and it was a cool thing. So that's the kind of stuff I like. All right, slide down a little bit more as we look for that. Oh, here's another. You know what? This might be a whole new concept for the show. Me just going down here talking about one interesting thing after another. Okay, so here we go. Coming up, tickets go on sale tomorrow for the tribute to Michael Stanley. It's going to be members of the Resonators plus Jonah Coslin and Michael Weber. and they're going to celebrate 5 decades of Michael Stanley's music, and that's going to be at the Robbins Theater in downtown Warren on May 29th, and tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10. So all our Michael Stanley fans, we never really had a chance to really do a nice tribute and a nice farewell, and I think you're going to like this. So that's coming up on May 29th. They did this show twice, I think, in December up at Northfield Park, and it's going to be a historic night. So friends of Michael Stanley, and our friends the Vindies are going to be opening that show. So that's going to be a great night. Yeah. And I'm working on getting them to come down and hang out with us a little bit. So hopefully we could do that in conjunction with this show coming up here. Okay, that'd be sweet. But remember that Robbins Theater, May 29th, Michael Stanley, and tickets for that go on sale tomorrow morning at 10:30. And I would be willing to say that show is going to sell out fast. And if you have never been to a show at the Robbins Theater, you got to check that place out. They did an awesome job remodeling that, and it's up close, it's intimate. It is definitely a cool place to see a show, and you'll definitely want to see Michael
We'll
there.
have to have them on the program too, setting up that venue as classy and as awesome as
Yeah,
they did.
Sure. We should do it because they got a lot of great shows coming up, and I just highly recommend people go down there and see these shows, and they've got a lot of great artists. Yep. All right, let's continue on. We'll just scan down here. Rod Stewart and Cheap Trick coming to Blossom Music Center July 19th. We have your chance to win tickets at y-103.com. Log over there and sign up. All right, up next. Okay, let's see. This is here. This next one, February 20th, was the anniversary of former AC/DC singer Bon Scott on the date that he passed away. That was in 1980. He drank himself to death, but the official cause of death was death by misadventure. Now, that's how I want to go. That's what I want to mind. Death by misadventure. And this all ties in with Journey and everything. Okay, now this is how this whole thing ties in. Now, of course, we have a video on there from July 28th, 1979, one of the greatest World Series of rocks in the history of Cleveland Stadium. And Bon Scott played there with AC/DC that day. Thin Lizzy was there, and Phil Lynott was that was his. He died from Thin Lizzy shortly after that. Journey was there, and they were just fantastic. Aerosmith broke up that day because the guys were so high on drugs and their wives and girlfriends were fighting and everything, and they broke up for years that day. Ted Nugent was there at his double Gonzo, live Gonzo best, man. The Wango Tango, Great White Buffalo. Ted was just off the charts. And now, see, that was like, when was that? AC or Journey was what on that ticket stub? 77. Yep. So 79, they were one of the headliners at this massive show, and that's how they progressed. They went from the Tomorrow Club to this big show here with all these bands. Oh, that was also the first time that the Scorpions played in America. Now, can you imagine what that was like for those guys? They come from Germany. They had been kicking around Germany and they get this break and they play their first show in America, and they wind up in Cleveland Stadium in front of like 80,000 people and on this bill of all these great bands. And that was their first gig in America. Now we go back now one more step, and then we take it back to the Tomorrow Club, because AC/DC, I saw them, and we had talked about this before. AC/DC played at the Tomorrow Club, and they opened for this guy, Mink DeVille. Well, Willie DeVille is his name. The band was called Mink DeVille, punk band out of New York, CBGB. And AC/DC just blew the place away. And Mink DeVille couldn't play that night practically because people were just chanting AC/DC. And he was just so flustered because every time he'd stop or whatever, AC/DC, and then once again, there you go. It was like a year or two later that these guys were like the headliners of that show. And the video is on that from their Cleveland appearance. And you could just see, man, I just love that 1978, 79, and the girls with their, hip hugger, bell bottom jeans and little halter tops and stuff. Oh, that's some crazy stuff there. All right, what do we got there? Oh, Def Leppard. That's the one we're giving away tickets to now. That's another big concert that's coming up this summer. Cleveland Stadium, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison, and Joan Jett together for one night. 200 million albums sold between those four bands. It's like a soundtrack of a generation. I mean, you're going to go in there and you're just going to hear one hit song after another all night long, or whenever time it starts. And that's going to be a phenomenal show. I still got some chances to win tickets tomorrow, 10, noon, 3, and 5. So get that last shot in. Keep sliding down here. You liking this? You like the tour?
This is like in the mind of Freddie.
Yeah, right. This is pretty much, what we do on a daily basis. So, okay, you can go down a little more here. Okay. Oh, there's another good show. This is coming to Packard Music Hall in Warren. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening. Jason Bonham is the son of the late Led Zeppelin drummer John Bonham, and he has played with Robert Plant and Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones on all these different shows where they had some reunions that they did and whatever. And he does a fantastic night of Zeppelin music, and that's coming up April 13th at Packard Music Hall. So Zeppelin fans, you'll want to be there. A little side Zeppelin note. Today is the anniversary of the Physical Graffiti album. And some people say that's one of their best or their best. That album, 4 sides on vinyl. And it has Cashmere and just a ton of great songs on there. And the album cover had like these little cutouts and stuff. And it was a picture of a brownstone building in New York City. And the building is still there. I took my picture in front of it a few times. And it was also the same building that the Rolling Stones used for their video, Waiting on a Friend. So another little thing here. All right, slide down, man. Let's just keep going. That's our bowling league, Tuesday nights. Oh, there we go. This is a good one. 21 years ago on Valentine's Day, the implosion of Three Rivers Stadium. And I was there.
Were you?
I went there to celebrate all the bad memories of the Cleveland Browns in that place. And it was awesome to see it go down. And they did a contest for one lucky winner to pull the plunger.
Really?
And I was hoping that I would have won because I thought it would have been nice to have a Browns guy there. And I would have been there in my Browns gear and I would have pulled down my pants and did it with my ass. That's what I would have done. I had it all planned out. It was going to be a big thing. So yeah, that was the anniversary of that. Okay, here's our quickies. Okay, we did these things here. They were called Valentine's Quickies. You could play these because there's no music or anything behind them. But we did a series of Sandra Miller and myself, kind of like this married couple. And
hey, here comes
love
our
is
food.
in the air.
Do you want to say your prayers?
All right.
No, that's okay.
Well, you always pray at home before you eat.
Yeah, but I know the chef here knows how to cook.
But anyways,
so
you can see we have these little videos here, and these look like they're perfect for TikTok Reels world.
Right.
But I don't know how to get these things viral and how to get them going. We did a whole series of these. We did about 10 of them, and we got some good response on it. And it's just like, how do I become the Oriental woman that can't speak English and kicks the shoe off and catches it in the air and throws it at her boyfriend?
Days, when we can do something a little bit earlier later, we'll do a couple of these videos and see if we can make them absurd so we can get some viral traction.
Let's
do that.
Yeah, I'm always thinking this is a new area for me, to reinvent this kind of stuff. And when you hear them, I mean, you can just scroll down. We don't have to play them or anything, but when you see them, they're pretty funny. Yeah, see, we did a whole series, and it's all different, relationship.
So if you guys want to watch that, go to Facebook and look for Y103 Youngstown's Classic Rock Facebook page, and they're all posted there.
Right. Oh, here's one coming up this weekend too. WWE coming to the Covelli Center February 26th, and they added a special guest. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Ronda Rousey.
Nice.
Ronda Rousey is going to be there this weekend.
Sweet. That's
and
awesome.
If you're a fan of the Bob and Tom show, you might remember that Donnie Baker had a crush on Ronda Rousey. And I got to dig up one of his videos about him pleading, sending out a message to Ronda to make him her trainer. So it's pretty good. I love Donnie Baker. Okay. Yeah. You know what? We might have to do this every once in a while, just a tour. Here's a classic picture. All right. That is,
I know that guy.
That is Viking Jim and me and Jerry Springer. It was Jerry Springer's birthday on February 13th. And that's a picture that was taken at the Royal Oaks. And we had talked about this before. I always wanted to be on the Jerry Springer show, and I never had a chance, and now it's gone, and I feel like a failure. What have I done wrong that I couldn't get on the Jerry Springer show? You know?
I don't know, man. You would have been perfect for it. That would have been amazing.
Oh, we had this whole thing, and I think we discussed that when them guys from Turbo Lovers were here. I think we went through that, and with the midget and the whole 9 yards. The whole the whole thing with Jerry Springer was it's just like it was just like kind of sad, and I never really accomplished my goal of being on the Jerry Springer show. You know, I mean, what kind of loser do you have to be that you can't get on Jerry Springer? I mean, you know, I was close. I was knocking at the door.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Alliance have been on the Jerry Springer show. And we did this one where we were Granny, Tammy, who I'm still friends with. And her son was on Springer. I don't know how he got on, but he was on a couple of times for breaking women's hearts and 2-timing them. So the next thing you know, she goes on the show to prevent him from 2-timing this other woman that was on there.
Okay.
And then it turns out all she wanted to do was flash her tits to get her Jerry beads. And then on top of that, a few years later, the dude got busted for something serious, and they had this manhunt and this police chase out at the Walmart in Cortland and stuff, and it was him. And I was like, man, that's...
Who'd have thought somebody was on Jerry, gets in a bunch of trouble and goes on a manhunt?
But I probably, even though I haven't been on there myself, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I know a lot of people that have been on Springer. I know a lot of people.
I got nothing pithy to say.
I know one guy from Warren was on there in the early days, and he was on there humping a teddy bear. And you know, the thing about Springer is too, I guess they treat you real nice. You know, I mean, they'll come to your trailer park with a big limo and stuff. And the one trailer park down in Alliance, the limo driver used to hate to go down there to pick these people up for Springer because they couldn't maneuver through the trailer park to get the limo out. But I guess once they take you there, they liquor you up. They put you up in a nice hotel, and they pretty much feed you liquor the whole time. At least that's what I was told. And then you go on there, you do the show, and then when it's done, it's like they kick you out the stage door, and it's like, adios, amigo, next. And that's how they run you through there. Hey, Gary James checking in. Northern Whiskey at the Federal in Youngstown, March 17th. Show starts at 7. All right. So that's me and Viking Jim. Boy, if us two couldn't get on Springer, I don't know, who can. Yeah, what else we got on there? Another Valentine's Day quickie, Super Bowl. What else we got there? Predict the final score, who you're rooting for. Yeah, anyways, that's and then some ice fishing, How about that dummy, that mayor from Hudson, Ohio, talking about we can't have ice fishing in Hudson, Ohio because the ice shanties lead to prostitution.
That was crazy. Like I thought it was a meme, but then I saw it was freaking real. I'm like, what is going on?
He ended up resigning, and rightfully so.
Right.
I mean, if you were that stupid, and then he tried to cover it up a little bit, saying, oh, it was a joke or whatever, but it wasn't. No. It wasn't. He was dead serious, and it was just so stupid that you would have to say anybody that believes that has got to be stupid,
Yep.
Now, I could see maybe like some hunting lodge up in Minnesota where they have those ice shanties like in Grumpy Old Men or whatever, where it's actually a house. And so it's almost like a she shed or something you have in your backyard, and it's laid out and stuff, and it's in the middle of Minnesota. I might see something like that going on. But when you're on Shenango in a little tent,
not happening.
Why wouldn't you just do it in the damn parking lot?
There are much easier places to pull this off, isn't there?
Yeah. And you got 3 layers of clothes on. You got 3 layers of clothes on. You're bundled up. You're in a little space about, 6-7 feet.
Dumb.
And a little heater in there. And you're going to take all your clothes off in this thing, and you're going to get it on. And like some woman is going to want to walk 500 yards out on the ice in the slush and everything to go get it on in your ice shanty?
Nope.
Oh,
Just
But-
go to the truck stop and they're all right there.
right there in your car. There
That's
you go.
it.
Get her done. Right in the back of your rig.
Hey,
But
there was a call to action. I want to mention this to you before I forget.
Oh, okay.
So the Cavelli Center, the amphitheater down there, beautiful facility.
Mhm.
Now the power company is considering putting a high tension electrical transmission lines right behind the freaking amphitheater.
Oh no,
So
no.
so the Cavelli Center put out a call to action that if anybody who loves that facility doesn't want it to be like
Oh.
destroyed from you know,
Yeah,
with this
yeah.
deal, they're doing petitions and having people
Oh,
show up.
I didn't
and
know
everything.
anything about that.
Yeah.
I got to get on that.
Yep.
I got to get on that. We got to get on that on the air, man. Okay, power lines for the amphitheater.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing that makes that is the whole
Yeah,
river
right
in
here.
the background. Oh man.
Yeah, protect the downtown from intrusive power
Oh,
lines.
we gotta
So
be
this
on
is
that.
March 2nd at 4 p.m. They're going to do a rally and a petition signing.
Oh man, I got to be all over that.
Yep.
That is terrible. That is the worst idea I've ever heard. That's the whole thing. That's what makes that place so nice.
I know. And they're going to put right down the Mahoning River. They're going to follow it with big transmission lines.
No.
Nope.
No. Sorry. We can't let that happen. Oh, okay. I got to be on that. Protect the power lines, or not protect the power lines.
Protect
Go against
downtown
them.
from intrusive power.
Yeah,
lines.
yeah. No. We don't want that.
Nope.
Hey, Dave Childers checking in. Hi, Dave. What's up? I was partying with Dave a little bit at the Ice House for the Daytona 500 party. We always had a good time for that one. Everybody's favorite driver, Dick Trickle.
Yeah, Dick
Trickle lives on.
Hoke said you should do a TED Talk. I could see you doing a TED Talk. You know, there's a TED Talk coming to Youngstown the 25th of March.
What is this? I'm not even sure. I'm not down. I'm not down.
All right,
man.
let me
Okay.
tell you.
All right.
So TED Talks, you get sort of like an entertaining or an expert in some field, and they give you 10 minutes on stage. They profile you nationally from Youngstown, the Youngstown stage here at Bliss Hall.
Really?
Yeah. So we did one 2 years ago, and then COVID hit, and then we're going to do one March 25th.
Wow, man. I
But
gotta check
next
this
year,
out.
you should totally put your application in and do.
Yeah.
be a
No,
speaker.
I will.
Absolutely.
I will, man. Maybe we'll start our own Fred Talk.
Fred Talk.
Screw TED Talk. Fred
Yes.
Talk. We got it
Yes.
going on.
Let's
We
do it.
already have it. It's already happening.
Okay, we're in.
Oh, so that's some of the stuff that's been going on here. So that was like kind of the tour of the Y103 Facebook page.
You guys
Maybe-
do a good job.
maybe
of
we'll make
using
that,
social. That's
It will, we really do. We interact a lot with people, and we got a lot of interaction, and we really try to keep a lot of this stuff local too. That's the main thing. That is the trick, and that is one of the things that I think that we're doing at Y103 is we are local. We are right there. All these pictures are of you and your friends and people
Right.
from our area and things that happen in Youngstown, and that's why that's the success behind it. It's not like it's a big secret, and there's not a whole lot of thought that goes into that. But anyways, that was our little tour there of the Y103 Facebook page. Now, we've been talking about concerts, and this is something that you have to tackle and that you have to look into.
all right. I got my notebook. I'm ready.
Yeah. When you took on the telemarketers and you did an awesome job on that, I got to admit, the phone scammers, you did an awesome job. But the secondary concert ticket market is driving a lot of people crazy. And what I'm seeing is some people don't buy tickets to shows because they go online, and I don't think they realize that they are not on the official ticket site. And they're going to these secondary, I call them ticket scalpers. Just because you're not standing out in front of the stadium, hey, how much you want for these? It's still, to me, ticket scalping. And I think a lot of these people out there are buying tickets with some kind of sophisticated robot systems or whatever. They're out there, they're beating the system somehow, because you could go into some of these shows, and I know I've waited in line, was the first in line, maybe the 10th person back. And by the time I got up there were no tickets left, or at least like the nosebleeds or the reasonably priced tickets.
Nope.
And you walk from the counter to your car, and there's every single one of them on StubHub for twice the price.
There's something shady going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me try that. I'm going to go and I'm going to say, all right, I want to go see Metallica. I'm just going to
Yeah.
Put a Google search in there and see if Ticketmaster comes up first. We'll see.
Well, no, it probably won't. You know what? Let's put a show that's out there right
Okay, go
now.
ahead.
Oh, okay. Put Eagles. Okay.
Ticketmaster did a paid version of it, and then you got Vivid Seats.
Yep.
You got Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go to Vivid Seats and see how much.
And probably watch what Vivid Seats looks like. Now, look at this page. This looks like you're on Ticketmaster.
Right?
Okay, I mean, they got a picture of the band, and then they got all this stuff just like you buy the tickets on Ticketmaster. Their page is identical. Find tickets, tour dates, and then the seats come on like you're looking at StubHub. And so you get on this. You don't know, to a lot of people, they think this is the official thing.
Right.
And especially at some point, 162 each, and then plus fees.
All right, let's go to Ticketmaster and see
Yeah.
what the legitimate one is charging for that same.
Now, see, I'm surprised that Ticketmaster came up first on yours, because mine it
they
usually
paid
doesn't.
for that. They say that
See, I mean, I've had some shows. I'm trying to think of one, and we could even look up where Ticketmaster was like the 5th or 6th one down. Okay, 163, 169. But see, these are resale too now. That's another thing. Ticketmaster is in the resale like StubHub. So there's all this stuff going on out here with these tickets, and I think it just makes it really confusing.
Were you surprised when that picture of the Super Bowl tickets came out and they were in the $15,000-$20,000 for a seat?
Oh, unbelievable. But then when you see who's in the crowd, and they start showing all the people that are there, you're looking at these ex-football players, you're looking at these movie stars, you're looking at these singers, and you're
common
going,
man not going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not
And these guys will throw money out there like that anyways. They don't, if you're a millionaire, is 40, 60,000 to go see the Super Bowl. Is that really, some of these guys probably have $1,000 dinner tab at places, so they look at that.
When I was a season ticket holder with the Browns, my rep said one of the selling points is if the Browns ever make to the Super Bowl, you can have this seat for your normal price. And I was like, ooh, let me buy this. And I did that for 15 years, and we never made it to the freaking
Well, see, here's the thing. All you had to do, and like, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't do this. If I would have saved $100 a season for the last, $100 a month for the season, every season. If I were to put that in my Super Bowl fund, by the time that the Browns make it to the Super Bowl, I could buy a 50-yard line seat.
That's right.
And it would be no skin off my ass, and just be like, yeah, here we go.
But then you got to weigh it like, am I going to go take a awesome vacation in Florida where it's warm, or go to the freaking Super Bowl? Like, which one are you going to really choose?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, is the Super Bowl, would it really be worth that 50 kind of money? It would, because I would maybe, because I'm poor, I would just be thinking of all the things that I could do with 50 grand.
Yeah.
On how far 50 grand could take me, and how much fun that I could have for years, or whatever, several years of fun. If I put if I had, $50,000 in a vacation fund, I would be living large. I would be king of the world.
All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
So virtual reality in the next couple years is going to do this, right?
Yeah.
So when the Super Bowl comes on, you put this virtual reality goggles, and you can experience the game from any seat in the stadium. You can go right on the sidelines, and your brain will not know that you're not there. Right? So you don't know $50,000.
Right.
It's going to be the cost of watching the little TVs in your eyeballs. Would you do it?
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe. But like I say, sometimes on that stuff, I'm not sure if I want to spend that much money. I really don't. I mean, I never sat there and said, damn, if I only had 50 grand, I would have went to the Super Bowl. It never even enters my line of thought,
Are there any concerts, whether it's possible or not, that you'd pay 50 grand for? Like, if you could make somebody come back from the dead and perform,
no,
they would be
as much as I love music and everything, never.
Okay.
Never. No. $50,000 is just way too much, man.
for anything, to be entertained in any way.
For some people, that's even more than a year's salary.
Right.
And you're going to spend it on these millionaires. And see, that's why I have a problem with the NFL. Every year, faithfully, we get the legal warning from the legal department. Do not use the word Super Bowl in anything that is a commercial thing.
Yep.
If you're going to be at the Ice House, you can't say we're having a Super Bowl party. If you're doing some kind of a contest, you can't say it's a Super Bowl party. You got to say the big game. I want to register the big game and then screw everybody.
Right. Yeah. Cha-ching.
Yeah. But so my problem with that is me saying that I'm going to be at the Ice House for the Super Bowl. Is that really hurting the NFL brand? And what really bothers me about that is they're like that, and they have sued people and they have sent cease and desist orders and stuff. You would be surprised. And that's why, especially the radio companies are very aware of that, and they make it a big deal because these assholes will come after you.
Yep.
And my thing is, you're making billions of dollars playing in a facility that was probably funded by taxpayer money, number one.
Absolutely.
Then you sell the naming rights and you keep that, and you want everybody to call it First Energy Stadium. You want them to call it Ford Field or whatever. So now you want all that free advertising, though. You want people to give you the free advertising, but if you say Super Bowl, they're going to come and sue you.
Yep.
I say, screw you,
That's
man.
Right. That's why I think like an organization like the XFL, I hope it catches, because I know they're not going to pull that bullshit. They're going to be good competitors, and they're not going to be that bullying to us media people.
Now I see we have some Eagles tickets up there for $600. What do those look like? 610 plus.
All right, let's see.
Or you can slide the thing right over.
All right. Floor seats. So you can go be on the floor, row 2 or row T for $526. And look at that one. Row 1, section 108, $1,763. Are you game? Let's see what row 1, 108. Let's see where 108. Okay, well, that's not floor. You're still not all that close. You're in a side section, but the first row.
Yeah.
$1,700 a ticket.
Actually, though, the side things aren't that bad because you're back far enough and you're up high enough
you can see
that you could see.
But at that angle, though, you would think that the people next to you would be your biggest, I don't know.
That's a little steep.
Yeah,
a little steep.
I'm with you.
I don't know. Oh, Dave wants to know, Fred, are we going to have the Fallen Friends run together, or was that the Crown Royal talking? Well, Dave, I think it might have been the Crown Royal talking. No, actually, we are planning a Fallen Friends motorcycle run. We lost a lot of friends this past year, man. And it just seems like every day somebody's dropping over, I want to give a shout out in memory of our buddy Artie Smith too, that recently passed away. And Artie, he was in a motorcycle accident a few years ago, and he just never recovered. He was never got back from that. So sorry to hear that. Yeah. So that's what's happening on that. But the tickets, if you look at some of them other ones though, where Ticketmaster or even the band's official site.
So the challenge is to find out like how this really works. I need to find somebody who knows, like, the first person that can buy tickets. Who are they? Are they a distributor that buys almost all of them up and then raises the prices, or how many get offered to the public?
Exactly. And who knows? Is it the band's doing it?
Maybe.
Does the band get X amount of tickets that you can control? And do they say, okay, well, you know what? Why don't we just hold these back? We'll buy these $32 seats and we'll sell them for $100 a piece. Is that possible?
Yeah.
We're
going to find out. We're going to find out somebody who knows the industry well enough to see how many seats are for promotional, for radio stations and the band giveaways, how many get distributed to the brokers after the fact, and how many actually released to the
and,
public.
and sponsors and clients and
right.
things like that. So I'm sure that, somebody sponsors the Eagles tour. Is it, a beer company, or, you see a lot of the credit card companies have sponsored some of these tours. Are you in the American Express Club? How many do they get? How does this whole thing work?
We're gonna.
But I don't think they want you to know.
No.
I don't think they want anybody.
I'm gonna watch
to know.
YouTube videos and I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. And it's
Yeah,
gonna
there
be
we
the
go.
Illuminati. I swear, I
There
know
we
it.
go. Oh, of course. Putin's behind the whole thing. I'm guaranteeing you. I'm guaranteeing you that. So that's pretty much the whole concert thing. I just don't know how it works. And now back in my day, we used to have to camp out in front of like National Record Mart, and then say tickets go on sale Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Well, that night it would be like a party. Everybody would camp out. You'd have people lined up, Liberty Plaza, Kaufman's in the Southern Park Mall.
Second floor, Kaufman's.
Yeah. And they'd have you snake through the mall and all the way up the stairs, and people would sleep out. And if you were the first one up there, you would walk in and there was a good chance that you got the best seats.
Right.
And also back in the day, they used to have the Belkin Club, and the Belkin Club was you paid like, I don't know, $100 or something. And you were a member of the Belkin Club, and the Belkin Club got first shot at the tickets if you were in the club.
Right.
But also, once again, you had an opportunity to join the club. And if you were in the club, however they did it. And also another way they used to do tickets back in the day is you would send them a check.
Seriously?
You would send a check with a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Whoa, no way.
And they would draw, if the place held 20,000 people, they'd draw 20,000 envelopes, pull them out, put tickets in them until they were gone, send them back, put the cash or put the checks in one pile. Here's your tickets. And then away it goes.
Wow.
And then it started developing after that, where some of these ticket scalpers to big events and in big cities would hire some homeless people. They'd keep an eye on them.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're just not going to give them the money, but they'd say, all right, I'll give you $50. You stand here in this line, get 10, 12 homeless people and give them a credit card or whatever, how they would do it. And they would go up and whatever the ticket, 8 seats per person or whatever, and just go up there. And then now, it's something with the robots and all that stuff.
Right.
There's something
my
out
first
there.
concert, I think I saw Metallica the first time. I stood in line in Kaufman's to grab it. I don't even know how long ago. I think they toured with Guns N' Roses at the time. So that's going back a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I can remember a lot of stuff we used to do, with the record stores, they would do like the midnight album release, and it was always a big deal, hey, the new Guns N' Roses CDs are coming out tonight at midnight, and you could be the first one. And we'd be out there broadcasting. And of course, National Record Mart would have, cupcakes or cookies and, free pop, and everybody be getting tuned up out in the parking lot, and it'd be like a big parking lot party, and
like
then
a pre-concert.
Yeah.
A bunch of people would show up,
and then at midnight they'd open the doors and everybody come in.
That's
and then
so
they'd
cool.
run out and go listen to the CD or the album if they bought it. And those were fun things. Those were really fun things. Or we'd have different bands would come to different places and sign record albums or CDs or something. We did one with Michael Stanley. We did one with Karen says those tickets said resale bottom left. Yeah, that's the thing. And so now, and you're on Ticketmaster, and now there's StubHub too.
Yep.
It's like, whatever happened, or why couldn't you just walk up to the box office and first come, first serve?
Yeah.
First come, first serve.
That's
Here
right.
we
like
go.
Sharon Speedway. Walk up, buy your ticket, jump in the stand.
Exactly. Whatever happened to that? All this other stuff. Yeah, Karen, by the way, is a lucky contest winner this week.
Nice.
Karen won
Congratulations,
Def Leppard
Miss
tickets,
Karen.
and her birthday, I think, is tomorrow. So happy birthday, Karen, and
nice.
congratulations for winning those tickets. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Dave says he remembers camping out at Randall Mall and Sears to open for Ticketmaster. Yeah, for Paul McCartney and Wings back in 1976. That was a good tour. That was a good tour. But that's how you used to do it, you know. I don't know. I some days I think I'm like, hey, Grandpa, going down memory lane. But it's like it was really better days. I don't say this because I'm lamenting or whatever. I'm just saying this because it's just a fact. It's a fact.
It is.
We had more fun doing things. You had more freedom. You know, you could do more things. You could go more places. The cops weren't on your ass for like a DUI could just ruin your whole life nowadays. Right. Back then, I mean, it was like, you know, it was no big deal if you had open container in your car or something, you know.
It's less fun. That's what it is. Like you got, although you got hookers and ice shanties.
Yeah. Well, hey, and then we have people trying to shut that down next. The one last simple pleasure that I got in my life, a hooker in an ice shanty on a 0-degree day, getting a little out on the frozen lake in Hudson, Ohio. My one little pleasure in life, and let's shut that down too.
I'm telling you, man, this world just ain't fair.
But I mean, you think about it. I mean, when we were growing up, you could go to bars when you were 18. And for a while, there was a short period of time in Ohio where 18 was legal for everything. 18, you could drink. Michigan was like that for a long time too. There was a lot of states, 18, you could drink. And I think, hey, if you can go fight in a war,
drink a beer,
have at it. Yep. You know, go get her done. You know, if you could vote, then you should be able to drink a beer, you know, make up your mind, one or the other. And, you know, if you can go to big people jail, you know, then you should be able to. And that's another reason though, why the music scene was so big back in the day too, because, all right, you had the 18-year-olds were allowed to drink, which meant that you had 15 and 16-year-olds with fake IDs going out to all this stuff. And back in the day, that's another thing. Back in the day, we just had IDs that were like, there was no picture on your ID or anything. It had your name and a couple of numbers and your height, your weight, you know, eyes and hair color. And that was pretty much it. You know, it had some kind of official seal from the state of Ohio that made it real. But, you know, I mean, and none of those places really checked. If you looked anything close to that, okay, go in, you know, go ahead. You're in.
They made a lot of money off of the younger crowd.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
There's no way they would shut that. Even convenience stores for selling beer to underage, they're making a ton.
Oh yeah. There used to be all kinds of those little stores all over these little everybody knew. They had one let's see, where were some of the places that people would go to get underage booze, and these guys did not care. They didn't care. Some of them had a guy that you'd give them the money and they'd come back and bring it to you or whatever. But let's see, one of the places was the Baghdad Market. That's still there. That's on the corner of Wilson and Center Street.
Okay.
But it was called the Baghdad Market back then. And you could go there. And then they had that drive-through, the Brookfield drive-through out on the state line out in Coatesville, right at the state line. It's still there too. Now don't take this that I'm saying that these people are selling, because I'm talking now 1976, 1977. Yeah. So. And nowadays kids don't go out and do that much anyways. Like they, you know, that was like a ritual, you know. And let's see, the Hollywood Tavern was famous. There was a place over on Fernley on the south side, up around the Idora Park area. I forget the name of that. Molly's Market was another one. And yeah, there was all these different places out there that, you know, would sell takeout. And then of course, just about all the bars out there. If you had an ID, you were in, you know.
Were your friend group, was it beer? Was it cheap wine? Was it hard alcohol?
Oh yeah. Back in the day, it was pretty much beer and cheap wine.
Okay.
You know, malt liquor, you know, Mickey's malt liquor, and you know, all those other little goofy things, you know, like Little Kings was big there for a minute. Jenny Cream Ale was big for a minute. And then what came after that? And then Mad Dog 2020 and Boone's Farm. Boone's Farm was a big one.
Makes my stomach hurt.
Boone's Farm. What did they have? Apple and berry, Strawberry Hill. I forget what the apple was called.
I remember Mad Dog, that grape one got me one time. It was the worst, coming up and going down. Oh, so bad.
The one time I got sick on one thing, and I never, ever drank it to this day. And if I smell it, I almost throw up. Southern Comfort. One day I had some Southern Comfort, and it was, it's like syrupy and stuff. And I can remember drinking that, and I can remember getting so sick. And the taste and the smell come up, and I'm like, oh, I will never, ever go near Southern Comfort again. But then there's different, everybody's got their own thing like that of stuff over the years. Goldschlager was one, Schnapps was one, Ouzo, now we're like up to Fireball, so but there was a whole succession of because it was peach schnapps for a while, and then
then the cinnamon
Ouzo
stuff came around.
Yeah, there was Ouzo, peach schnapps, and then just all that different stuff. Fireball's been hanging in there pretty long.
Yeah,
they tried to give Fireball a run for their money with that Screwball, which was like a peanut butter flavored type liqueur. And I
don't know, adding sweet flavors to some alcohol, some needs purity,
right?
Like, I know Hoax the other day was talking about having that salted caramel crown.
That's good.
That's probably the
really
exception.
Good. Yeah. I mean, there's some people that love Crown Apple, and I have no problem with Crown Apple, but there are other people like, do not put anything in my Crown. I think I'm kind of that way with Jack,
Yeah, right.
And now if I go with Jack, I mean, for a minute there, the Honey Jack was pretty good. It was something different, but would I get a Jack cinnamon or whatever they have? I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so. I just have regular Jack, old number 7, or I would go up, I'd get some single barrel or some Gentleman Jack. I would move up, but I wouldn't,
You're a bourbon fan?
Not really.
No.
I have like about, Crown and Jack. I pretty much lean more towards Jack. Crown. I like margaritas. I definitely like margaritas. I like mojitos. I definitely like mojitos. And I'm missing one. Crown and Jaeger. I'm still like, you know what? That's like people that drink Jaeger. I mean, there's just something in it that it just makes you goofy.
It does.
I mean, there's just something about that. It's amazing on how all these different things have like a different kind of buzz associated to them.
Sure.
But like Jaeger is just like a stupidity buzz.
Yes, it is.
But I'll tell you, the stuff I like right now is that Jaeger cold brew. And it's a coffee flavored Jaeger.
We got to do that again.
And you remember that?
Yes, that was
I was telling somebody at the Ice House on Sunday. One of my friends from high school, I had about 4 of my friends from high school were there, and 2 of them wanted lemon drops, and then Elaine, she says, "I want a shot of Jaeger." I'm going, all right, you're talking my language. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. Of course you want a shot of Jaeger, So, but then I started telling her about the coffee Jaeger, and then she was kind of a little, she liked the coffee Jaeger. She liked coffee Jaeger. And she said, "Oh, I got a bottle. You keep it in your freezer and it's all nice and frosty and yum, yum, yum. And then it makes you do stupid things." And so,
but it's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes so good.
But the whole thing with this, and this is like my signature drink. I invented this. You get a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, listen up, kids. This is the best recipe ever.
Write this down. You get a Pabst Blue Ribbon hard coffee, and then you get some. It comes in a can. It's Starbucks Nitro coffee.
Okay.
And so you get a can of that. And then you get this Jaeger cold brew, and you mix it all together. You pour, you get the Pabst hard coffee.
Okay, that's the big volume, the Pabst coffee.
Right. So you need a big glass for this.
Right.
So you fill that in there, and then you put in a shot or two of the cold brew coffee, the Jaeger cold brew coffee, and then you top it off with the Starbucks Nitro coffee. And then if you'd like, you could throw a little bit of Bailey's in there if you want the
creme.
Yeah.
The creme.
Yeah. You want the creme, the creme de la creme. You pour a little bit of that on there to give it the.
Oh, that's so good.
And those things you could drink like there's nothing to it. You just sit there and go, and it's just like, and I don't know. I like coffee, and it's just something about that just makes it very, very easy to drink. It's and it tastes good. It tastes good. It's kind of sweet, but it's still got the coffee in there, and it's like taking the Jaeger bomb to a different level. Which I've always had thoughts about the Jaeger bomb. It's like, whose bright idea was it to get the alcohol that makes you the sloppiest drunk?
Right.
So let's get the alcohol that makes people belligerent, sloppy, drunk. So then let's put an energy drink in there and
get them moving.
So let's get these people going, and let's make sure that the person that you hope passes out before anybody else is going way longer than anybody else
down the place.
so it's like,
I'm with you. I like sipping whiskey. I just like taking it slow, but it almost my first drink of whiskey almost ruined it for me. I was up at the Cove listening to Disco Inferno, and I tried whiskey for my first time, and it was Black Velvet, right? And it was the worst hangover, the worst tasting, and I was like, this whiskey shit, this is terrible.
Oh, Black Velvet too. Whenever I think of Black Velvet, I think of every wedding that I DJ'd, and when you would dance with the bride and groom, you would get a shot, and they would have one shot of peach schnapps, and then they would have the other shot of BV. And so everybody come up, and you pay $1, and you dance with the bride, and you dance with the groom, and then you do a shot. Well, after it was over, they always felt that it was kind of my obligation to help finish them up,
Right. Don't want to waste all that alcohol.
The DJ go, hey, and it's like, why? And then you can't be a dick. You got to be sociable. It's like, oh, okay, that's fine for all you guys to do it. And I'm here trying to lead the good time, but I'm going to draw the line on that. And then
stay strong, Freddie.
And then they look at you like, well, we had you here to be a part of the party, and we're all partying, and guilt comes out. And then you're going to not, it's just bad etiquette. I think it really is. Let's see. Okay, Jaybird checking in. Jaybird's been laying low. Jaybird has been down in Florida, man. Let's see here. Dave mentioned Boone's Farm and 151 rum. I saw somebody posted a bottle of Everclear on Facebook the other day, and that's
one I haven't seen in a while.
Oh, that used to do Jungle Juice or Harry Buffalo or whatever. You'd go to a frat house and have a garbage can sitting there, and they would just pour that in there and just throw like some kind of fruit punch in there, and
then boom,
everybody in the place is starting fist fights and staggering and falling down and everything. I remember one time we were at this party, and my one buddy, he was like that guy. You wouldn't want to take him anywhere, because if something stupid was going to go down, he was going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
If he was on a mission that,
the life challenge. So he couldn't go anywhere without doing it.
Yeah, right. And so, this was the guy that would get you kicked out of anywhere. I mean, he'd walk up to you'd be sitting there playing foosball, and he'd walk up and like piss on the table or something like that.
Every friend group had that guy too. He was part of it.
And so the one day we're at this party, and it was supposed to be a surprise party, and everybody kept like hiding, and then they go, here they come, and everybody go hide, and then turn off all the lights. And then when the lights were out, he kept going, be very, very quiet. I am hunting rabbit. Everybody, shut up, asshole. You're going to ruin it. Be quiet. Knock it off. Jerk, you dick. Quit it. No, that's not them. Okay. And the party can go for a couple minutes longer. Hey, they're coming. Oh, okay. Turn off the light. Hide, everybody, hide. Shh. What's he do? Be very, very asshole. Shut up. You're going to ruin it, man. Next thing you know, the lights go out. He goes over to the Berry Buffalo Punch in the big garbage can and just pisses in it.
Oh no.
So he takes a leak in that. And then, next thing you know, he's serving it up. And he's acting like he's the host of the party and he's there with this dipper. Well, there's probably so much alcohol in there. Right. It really didn't matter. No. But,
if you knew, you'd be grossed out.
Yeah. And they're going, hey, dude, what's in this? And he's going, everything, man. There's everything. Oh, this is the greatest, man. And it was just like, but that was and then, of course, they ended up calling the cops and he got kicked out and then we had to leave. And so. But anyways, getting back to the 151 rum, I'm sure everybody at one point in time, when they were first starting in college or first started out drinking, they had to catch themselves on fire with a flaming shot of 151 somewhere. Everybody out there right now has probably caught themselves on fire with a flaming shot of 151. Yep. And why we would drink that, I haven't a clue.
Because it was available, right?
Man. Moonshine apple pie.
Is that a brand or is that just someone making moonshine?
It's a little bit of both. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Let's see here. What stopped me from drinking Southern Comfort and Hawaiian Punch in a punch bowl? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jay Bird got a fifth of whiskey from Metallica called Blacken. It's their own blend. Yeah, that's supposed to be pretty good stuff. I want to try that. And he also found a mesquite crown in Florida. I don't know. A little smoky.
Yeah.
That might be. I do like the salted caramel and the vanilla. I kind of like the vanilla a little bit too. Okay.
Prime the carburetor with 151.
Yeah, just think about that. You could prime a carburetor with 151 and you're drinking it. Yeah, that would be good. Get some good ideas on that one.
Great idea.
Yeah, that's when I started flowing, boy. Yep. Let me tell you. That's definitely from the table of good ideas. And let's see. Yeah, smoky moonshine. They got that out there. I don't know if I'm the big smoky fan. I'm not too. Oh, you know what else I like? You want to talk about the perfect summertime drink. It very simple. 90 proof Captain Morgan coconut rum and orange pineapple juice. Very simple. And you can put that
feels Jimmy Buffett-y.
You put that in a picnic jug and you just sip on that all day, fill it with ice, pack it with ice. And I'll tell you, that goes good.
Yeah. And I'll do when I'm like in the Bahamas or down in Florida and I want to just kick back on the beach. That's the kind of drink, the foo-foo, fruity, rum type of drink.
Right. Yeah, margaritas and mojitos, those are my two. And the rum punch, Yep. The ones that they sell in the little sand bucket. Drink the whole thing.
The tourist. That's what we do.
Right. Hey, that's okay.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Jaybird uses the smoky moonshine for the barbecue sauce. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, you can put booze in anything. Mainly me. Yeah. But I don't know. I think that's about all we got.
We talk about that little thing over there?
Yeah. And I know I'm thinking, I know I got something else I wanted to talk about, but mine's a terrible thing to waste. I don't know. But anyways, bring the title belt over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's see what this is.
Now, This is a serious thing. So go ahead and get the weight of that.
Oh man, this is like real.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, where are we at here? This is the championship belt. This was awarded to Fast Freddie for excellence in podcasting for the last year, and I'm very proud to accept this championship belt here for being the champion of podcasts, champion of radio broadcasters. And, I think it's a well-deserved award. It's about time. It's something that I was expecting for a long time. And I feel honored. And I want to thank the Academy for presenting me with the belt. And I will,
congratulations.
I will wear it with pride, and I will be a good champion. And I will make sure that I drink a lot of Jaeger cold brew with my belt on.
All right. That's awesome.
And the good thing is it's going to keep my pants up. So
it's expandable as the day goes on, right?
Okay. So the real story behind this belt. Now, this thing is getting out of hand, and you got to explain it to me because I know the participants in it.
Yes.
And I know Jeff Ondash is a little out there.
Right.
Okay. What's his name? Teddy Huggins or whatever.
Teddy McHuggins.
Jeff Ondash has the world record for hugging the most people in like a 2-hour period of time or whatever.
Right.
Okay. So now he's got this new thing here, and this is for the belt, and he's going to box Kelly Pavlik.
So the Animal Charity of Ohio, they are struggling to raise money. So this is 100% to raise money for the Animal Charities of Ohio. And the challenge is these guys, I don't know if you ever heard them. They do a lot of shit talking on Facebook. So I said, you guys always squaring off at each other and taking shots at each other. Why don't you put the VR goggles on and go boxing for real? And I had to talk them into it, but they're going to do a boxing tournament between former champion of the world and Jeff Ondash. And
Teddy McHuggins, the guy that set the record for come and hug me at the mall.
And I don't know if you know this, but when he was young, he boxed like in the, I don't know, 50s.
Golden Gloves?
No, probably amateur or whatever. But he has some history there.
Okay.
So who are you putting your money on?
Oh, this ain't even funny.
No.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, let me tell you this. Like Kelly came down to the studio the other day and he trialed out the stuff.
Yeah.
He actually had to slow down his punches because he was punching so much it wasn't registering with the gyroscope in the things. So he has to slower punch so that his punches register.
Oh, you punch too fast and
it
doesn't register.
Yeah, but that dude has a 72-inch reach. He almost knocked out some of my TVs. It was amazing. So anyway, this is the championship.
Okay,
belt.
so this is like virtual reality fighting.
Yeah.
Now, are they standing face to face?
They're right next to one another. So there's a pad on the left and a pad on the right. So they're in their little 6-foot box.
Okay.
They have the gloves on. They have the goggles on.
Now, are they side by side or face to face?
Well, they can't see each other. There's a divider between them, so they don't actually knock each other out.
Oh, okay.
But they're really close in proximity.
Okay. Now you see this on the screen.
You do.
Okay.
So we're going to be broadcasting
so
their view where they're seeing each other, right?
Okay.
Or the characters that they pick.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have a camera on them because you look goofy when you're doing VR no matter what. So that's going to be the coolest thing to watch these guys go at.
Right.
So there you go.
And when is this going down?
This is on the 13th of April at 7:00. And it's going to be free on YouTube, Facebook, and then we're going to collect donations as the night goes on.
All right.
And there might even be an undercard. They're going to bring a couple of girls in there that are just in boxing as well and do an undercard.
All right. Now we got to make sure we get them both on the show here as we get a little closer to that. We still have about a month on this.
Yes, sir.
So we'll bring them in and,
I don't know. They jive talk. I mean, they really get it going, man.
I know.
This. If you haven't seen this on Facebook, find Kelly or Jeff Ondash, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They go at it.
Well, this is going to be a lot of fun.
It will,
and we definitely got to have them on the show because that'll be a lot of fun.
We got to show them the prize here, and this is something.
Look at it.
This is the Youngstown Studio Virtual Reality Combat Challenge Huge Weight Champion. So that's title fight.
Now these are actual punches though that they're throwing and. Now, do you dodge? Are you ducking and dancing?
You can go like that to block it. You can move out of the way. You do everything you did in real life.
Okay.
The trick is not to get because you don't know where you are in the room.
Right.
And you start wandering and you get too close to a wall and start pounding on him. I just took out my son, just throwing punches into the air. So did you see the video of Kelly?
No.
I'm going to play that while
Okay, yeah.
while you're doing that.
Well, while I admire my belt here.
Yeah,
So.
right.
I guess that whole thing about the podcast champion or whatever.
And maybe we'll get a celebrity boxing match with you. Do you think anybody go head to head with Fast Freddie? I think that would be fun.
I'm sure I could find somebody that would jump in on that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, Dave says that his favorite shot really is the body shots. That's when you probably want to do the 151, for the what do you call it, the antiseptic qualities.
All right, I'm gonna find this. Just buy me a couple more seconds here. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up on the screen.
All right, take a step back.
All right, that's Kelly with the gear on.
Yep. So these are the punches that I had to slow down a little bit because he was just going at it, man. Let me replay it one more time and put it on the screen for our listeners here.
Let's see that. It's pretty wild. Virtual reality.
I have to have chat points because you're commenting.
I want to have the virtual reality Hudson fishing shanty. Do we have that
Take
yet?
a step back. There you go.
See how close he's getting to that monitor, man.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
some
I
real deal
see.
Punches.
Oh, I see what
see
you're.
down
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's not really sure. So you'll have to have them set up a little farther back
Yeah,
from that.
right.
Yeah, because he's right on the wall. He's almost
but this
hitting
is
the
what
monitor.
he's seeing in the monitor there. So he's taking shots at I think that's Creed there.
Now, is he watching the monitor or is he seeing that in
Inside
his
his
goggles?
goggles. Yep.
He's seeing that in his goggles.
All right, take a step back. There you go.
I can see. Yeah, you're going to have to keep them back a little bit. Yeah. You can't do it in that area right there.
All this stuff is gone though. I moved it out.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
an empty
okay.
room now.
Yeah. I would say you'd have to. And then you'll be able to see it, and you'll see the fighters, and they'll look like a video game, but it's really them throwing the shots.
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
Yep.
Very
cool.
cool.
I'll tell you, when we did the first training deal, Kelly knocked his opponent out in the second round, like a minute into it. Jeff Ondash knocked his opponent out in the first round within 2 minutes of round one. So we'll see.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Right.
This could be interesting.
But the biggest problem on Kelly's side, like I said, he was throwing too fast, and a lot of his punches weren't registering because he was just exceeding what it could measure. So we slow him down a little bit.
Couldn't keep up. All right. Well, you ready to wrap things up?
I am, yes.
All right. Good time here tonight. We'll have some guests coming up here in the next few weeks, and some interesting people we'll talk to. And tune in tomorrow at 3:00. I got your Def Leppard tickets, Y103. What else? I don't have much. Oh, I should. We got St. Patty's Day stuff coming up
do
too.
You? I mean,
I was taking it with me. What do you mean? I got to give it back, man. Hey, where are you going with that? Come back here. Hey, where are you going with my belt?
All right, St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, St. Patty's Day. We will be at the parade on St. Patty's Day. It's back this year in Boardman, and that will be on the Sunday before St. Patty's Day. I believe that's the 14th, and it's going to be on Market Street in Boardman. And this year, the after party is going to be at Magic Tree, and we've got a ton of entertainment at the Magic Tree. Our DNA is going to be there. I can't think of everybody that's going to be there. I'll be there. That's all you need to know.
That's all we need.
And let's see. Yeah, I'll be there for that. And then on the 17th, we'll also be at Magic Tree, and I'll be there all day. And we're going to have all kinds of shenanigans. I mean, do you realize this is like the first St. Patty's Day in 2 years, really? Big bash, And I'll tell you, I still remember when they shut everything down with COVID, it was on St. Patty's Day weekend. And I was at the Magic Tree, and they were getting ready for a big weekend. And then things start getting bad. And I mean, they had all their tents set up. They had, I don't know how many bands booked, 10 bands or something for, because I think it was on a Saturday, and they were going to do like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something. And then DeWine said he was going to make that speech at whatever time, 4:00 or whatever. So I can remember this as clear as day. I mean, I could just picture this. Actually, it's only 2 years ago, so I probably should.
Right?
I remember this clear as a bell. I remember when I was at when they shut her down. But You know, DeWine comes on the TV, and we're all in this back room gathered around the TV, and it was all the, you know, the cooks, you know, the bartenders, the waitresses, everybody. And DeWine says, at 9:00 tonight, we're shutting everything down and till further notice. The air just was sucked out of the room. Everybody just like, and then the next thing you know where that led from that day, and people were crying and stuff. And I remember Rudy, the owner of Magic Tree, he was just like devastated.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, this guy's got a kitchen full of corned beef. He's got tents set up, stages, and everything. And I think they might have even ended it at 6 or 9. And they just said, okay, at that time, you got to leave. And that was it, you know, until this year, really.
Right.
You know, this is the first year that it's come back. And boy, I could just remember that day was just like, oh man, you guys got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Right. And I want to, you know, you got to support guys like John Rudy, though, because I mean, they got gut punched. They kept their stuff together. They did exceptional things for their employees and for their patrons. They really did carry a lot for us.
Yes, they did. You know, with the takeout and the carry out and just a whole bunch of other things. I mean, they did a fantastic job, and it's been a tough 2 years for these guys. So, you know, welcome them back in a big way here for St. Patty's Day. You know?
Overwhelmingly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hit them, man.
Yep. Yep. So come on out and join us. So I think that's it. We'll get Kelly and those guys on here. Kelly and Jeff on Dash. That'll be fun.
That will be fun.
And, you know, I got a few other surprises and some good stuff coming up here in the next few weeks. And we'll make it happen. We'll get her done. So thank you, everybody. And see you tomorrow afternoon at 3. Joe, thank you. And always a good time. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Peace out.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate you sharing the videos and the word about us.